that you were thinking
It was
about this game? It's not really a passion anymore. I mean, when did that start? When did you start to realize it wasn't a passion?
it was like I said, it didn't take too long. Like for a while, I thought I could have a crack again, but that's me trying to get rid of that attitude. But it was still there because I kept on saying to myself, just get rid of it. But if I'm saying get rid of it, that means it's still there. And it got to the point where I was waiting for something to happen for me to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember doing hills at training. Fuck, I used to think to myself, slip and crack your head.
Shucks.
Slip and fucking, knock yourself out. Slip and break your elbow. Fucking try and roll my ankle or something. I used to think like that. Sometimes in contact, I used to, think, should I put my head in front of his shoulder? Fucking, who thinks like that? But I didn't want to say, I don't want to play league anymore. I would rather somebody done something to me and I can't play anymore. I'd rather take that than telling my family, disappointing my family, anybody, than saying, I quit. It's what I felt like I was saying, I quit and I wasted your time. That's what I felt like I was going to say to my mum and dad. So that's why I was thinking like that, I think. Even when I used to be running, I was like, fuck, I hope I have an asthma attack. I hope my fucking rib breaks or something. That's the extent of what my brain was going through, was like overworking, like coming up with shit. So I would rather have done that than tell my parents, I quit rugby league, I wasted your time. So that's what it was for me.
Did you find someone else in that same frame of mind as you?
There were a few others, different reasons again. When I say a few, they might have mentioned they don't want to play league anymore or something like that, but it wasn't a real in-depth conversation. It was just because even for me, like, I wouldn't have opened up fully to them. Like I had mates where I tell them I don't give a shit about rugby league. Like, I started saying stuff like that, but they believed me because they knew I didn't give a shit about rugby league. And then you'd have other people say, "But you're so good at it," blah blah. And I said, I'm not gonna do something that I don't enjoy doing just because I'm good at it. I said, being good at it and enjoying it's different. I think at the time too, it was, I'm not saying that I was suicidal or anything. Around that time, there was a lot of suicidal in rugby league.
Because in the news, there was like a lot of, especially the politics.
Yeah, there was a lot. And, I think everybody will know who I'm talking about if I say the situation, but I won't say names just for, their sake. But it was one committed suicide because they didn't renew his contract. And that was like, to me, I would never go to the extent of killing myself, but it made me think, if I'm thinking at training, slip and crack your head, what does that progress on to if I carried on doing league? How do I know I wasn't going to end up, from crack your head to, fucking go and get a rope, Go and get a rope, it's easier. You just never know with those things. But I'm saying it again, I wasn't suicidal or anything. But who am I to say that they weren't at the stage that I was at one point? And I remember I was just like, while I was still at Gold Coast, I remember to myself, I was just like, man, just step back, have a rest, relook at your life. Do you want to carry on doing league? If you do, have a break, go back into it, and have another crack. And then I remember I started saying that to myself for a while. I was just like, just step down, have a break, step down, have a break. And I finally stepped down and had a break. There was a reason to it, but I won't go into it. But I ended up standing down. And I remember, talking to family and whatever. And, some said, don't make, hasty decisions. Just let it marinate and whatever. But they never knew that I was thinking like that for a couple of years now. They never. If I had told them every single time I had something going on in my head, they would understand. And that's what my best mate at the time told me. I remember I used to say all these things to him because my family would say something and I'd get angry. My family would do something and I'd get angry. Again, I won't go into detail, but as soon as I tell my mate, he goes, well, how the fuck are they supposed to know if you don't tell them? But my family's not like that. We weren't really emotional family. The only emotion was aggression or hunger. You know what I mean? You only ate or you fought. So that it left like a gap for my family it left a hole for my family when I stood down. They were looking at me like, oh, why did he stand down? He never said anything before. Why? To them it looks like I've just made a rash decision, exactly what they said. But I did end up telling them, no, I've been thinking like this for a while. Said this, said that, and I just told them what I wanted to do. And I said, if I come step down, have a break, and if I want to carry on league, I'll go back and play league, no dramas. And I said, but if I don't want to play league, I'm not going to play league anymore. And some people said you regret it. Some people say that you only get this chance once or whatever. But to this day, what am I? Nearly 4 years next year. Of being out of rugby league, that professional environment, and I still don't regret it. When I came back for a holiday to New Zealand, I was only supposed to stay here for a bit, wind down and, just do what I want for a bit. Indulge, eat food, drink, smoke.
It's like you're free.
Oh, hard out. It's like but I always tell people my teen years were stolen from me. I never got to be a teenager. I was pretty much being paid to work since I was 15. I was, contracted from then. I'm working. And I always tell everybody, and I'll drink every weekend now. I can drink a lot and whatever. But I still say, you had your teen years. I didn't get mine. I was always worried about league. I was worried watching what I was eating. I was watching what I was drinking. I couldn't stay up too late because I had training at 4:30 in the morning. All those things like that. I used to say to my brother when we used to fight, you fucking get to eat and drink and do whatever you want. And fucking, I have to go and train and whatever and this and that. And, he couldn't see it then. But, we've drank since then. We're older now, and he fully understands, where I was coming from back then, and